Hello everyone, and welcome to my lesson for Suicidal Dream by Silverchair. The only difference between this and most Silverchair songs of this time is that this particular song is one of the few Silverchair songs that's in standard tuning. So tune your guitar to standard tuning and we'll get started. Okay, so the intro riff, which also serves as the verse riff, I'll play it through for you and then I'll break it down. Yeah, I know that was horribly sloppy, but this is how it goes. Okay, the best way to approach this riff is by using the B power chord, which is going to be 2nd fret on the A string, 4th fret on the D and G strings, like this. But you're going to be using your middle finger on the 3rd fret on the low E as part of the moving bass line. So these two fingers on the 4th fret of the D and G won't move through the whole riff. It's just your 1st and 2nd fingers that'll be moving to alternate the bass line. So to start, you go O and 2 on the A string, and then the 4/4, and then your 3rd fret of the low E with your 2nd finger, and then you're going to go alternate the 4s again, and then 3/0 on the low E, 4/4, and then 2nd on the low E, 4/4, O, and 4 on the G, and then repeat. So all together it'll sound and look like this. Now that repeats 4 times, but on the last time, when you go 3/0, it'll just go 3/0, and instead of going through for the alternating 4s again, you would just hit the high E and B open. So that the 4th section will sound like this. And then the whole thing repeats through the verse. So let's go to the chorus riff. Okay, so the chorus riff is just 4 chords, and I think 3 of them are, well, they're all open chords really, but we start off with the B minor chord, which is 2nd on the A, 4/4 on the D and G, and 3 on the B. And you can hit the high E on the 2nd fret by barring your 1st finger. And the 2nd chord is going to be an F sharp, which is the same chord grip down 1 string for every finger. So bar the 2nd fret with your 1st finger, 4 and 4 on the A and D strings, 3 on the G. And then the next chord after that is E minor, which is just 2 on the A, 2 on the D. And then the last chord is a G chord. 3 on the low E, 2 on the A, 3 on the B, and 3 on the high E, like this. So when you play those chords, it's going to be very loosely played, and you're going to hear a lot of open strings during the transitions. So when you start with the B minor, just try to hit the lower couple of strings in the chord, and then hit the high strings on the upstroke. And then switch to the F sharp, and do the same thing, low strings, high strings on the upstroke, but with the F sharp you're going to hear the open strings as you switch to the E minor. So let's start again with the B minor. You're going to hear it like that, and then down to the E minor after that. So same thing, low strings, high strings, and then the G. So all together, the chorus riff sounds like this. And those are repeated, I think, 4 times. But, I mean, you'll be able to get the number of repeats just by listening. But that's as easy as the chorus riff is, so let's move on. Okay, so after you play one more verse and one more chorus, there will be a bridge riff. And it's slightly different, but it uses similar chords, and it'll sound like this. Sorry. So all that is we're going to play, bar the 2nd fret on the low E and A strings with your first finger, go to 4/4 on the D and the G, so it's a power chord. It's like a B power chord with an extra note in the bass. So that's the first chord, and then the next one is a D, but it's going to be, you're going to play the open A, open D, 2nd fret G, and 3rd fret B. And don't play the high E at all, so it'll sound like this. And then after that is a G power chord, 5 on the low E, or sorry, 3 on the low E, 5/5 on the A and D. Slide that down 1 fret for the F sharp power chord, and repeat. So that's the section that plays through twice, and it starts to play through a 3rd time, but halfway through it switches into high distortion. Now, while those chords are playing, there's a little lead part that goes over top of that, so I'll show you how to play that next. Okay, so over the when the bridge riff plays through the first repeat, you'll hear a short little medley or melody, and it starts on the 4th fret of the G, and it goes 4, and then 7 on the D, 4 on the D, and then 5. So it'll sound like this. And then 4 on the D, 7 on the G, 6 on the G, 7 on the D, 4 on the G. Now, I can't really explain very well where exactly that goes, but if you listen to the track, you'll be able to hear it over the first repetition of the chorus, or of the bridge riff. So and then when it repeats the 2nd time, it just sounds like you'll hear 4/5 on the A string, and it's just kind of a quick hammer on. Then 4 on the A, open A, 2A. So, and that happens in the second half of the second playthrough of the bridge riff. So it's like, so hopefully that wasn't too confusing. And like I said, at the when you repeat the bridge riff a third time, you'll hear it play through the first half of the riff clean. The second half of the riff with the G and the F sharp power chords is just all high distortion. Okay, so the last chorus is all going to be high distortion, and it's the same as the chorus riff. Just like I showed you before, and so you keep playing that over and over again. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 times, I believe. After that chorus playthrough is the outro. The outro uses the same chords as the chorus. They're just strummed in a different pattern, so it's just straight downstrokes in that rhythm. So it'll be like now that plays through 3 times. On the 4th time, you just hold the G and go straight back to the B minor for the end of the song. Just let that fade out into feedback. So hopefully that wasn't too confusing, and I appreciate the view. If you like this lesson, let me know in the comments. And again, thanks for watching, guys. See you later.